Brooklyn Independent Television.
In women's basketball in the Northeast Conference, Long Island University has been picked #1 in the poll, preseason poll. And joining me is Coach Gail Streigler. She's been at it now, what, 3 years, head coach?
Starting the third season,
Third
yes.
season, Coach. How's it feel?
It's a good start, much better than it was 2 years ago. You know, in the same frame, you don't pay that much attention to the preseason polls, but it's a lot better to be picked #1 than I think we were our first year, which is down around 11 or 12. So we've made a lot of strides going the right direction, but as all the coaches will say, you want to be there at the end. You don't want to be there at the beginning, and it has given us a target on our backs for sure. You know, people want to beat the #1 team, no matter whether it's Robert Morris the last couple of years or whoever it is. You want to go after that #1 team, which is, I think there'll be a lot of people gunning for us this year.
Because last year in the tournament game, you guys did really well.
And we made it all the way to the championship,
Right.
which was exciting for us, exciting for our players. They were not excited about the ending to it all, but it was a great stepping stone for us comparably to where we were the year before. Our kids really did a nice job throughout the season of continuing to get better, and our chemistry continued to get better. And you know, we had our shots all the way to the end and just could not pull it off. St. Francis PA did a nice job against us. But the kids played hard, and I think they're hungry and ready to come back.
Who's coming back also?
We got a lot of kids back. We have 4 of our starters back. Kiara Evans is our starting point guard, and she's going to be fantastic for us again. She was transferred from Louisville, which really helped us make the quick change. Ashley Palmer is one of our starting post players. She was the freshman of the year 2 years ago. And Chelsea Johnson is our other starting post. And then Heidi Mothershead is the fourth player back from the year. So we got a lot of those. And I think the thing that we've done this year that's going to help us the most is add some bench players coming in, which we think are going to give us some depth coming off the sideline.
So you'll be able to shuffle players in and out?
Hoping so. You know, I think that the style that I've coached in the past has been a lot of pressing, a lot of getting up and down, and I think we tried to do some of that last year and did a pretty good job of a very up-tempo style of basketball, but and the players love playing that. But a lot of times we had to back it off a little bit because you couldn't go with the 6 or 7 players we were going into the bench and be able to really press and run as much as we'd like to. So hopefully we'll be able to go 8, 9, 10 deep and be able to really press and get up and down the court a little bit more this year.
Now, I know as far as the season opens up November 13th, so by the time the show's airing right now, they're 2 weeks into the season. But for holiday tourneys, where are you playing?
We're playing at home at Thanksgiving. We have a tournament the day after Thanksgiving that starts, and we play, I believe, the 2 o'clock game. So it should be a great start off for us. You know, we play that every single year. We'd love to have the people from this area and anywhere around New York to come to it. Hopefully they won't go shopping. They'll come to the gym.
Okay. In terms of girls' high school basketball here in New York City, now you're from Arkansas, right? You coached there before.
I am from Arkansas, yeah.
In terms of high school basketball here in New York City and high school basketball in Arkansas, how could you compare contrast?
I think that when I was playing back in the day, way back in the day, that we didn't have as good of players in Arkansas. And I still think that New York, it's so many people, so many great athletes in this area, that there's talent galore. And we've tried to recruit a lot of that talent. Unfortunately, we haven't gotten a lot of the kids that we've tried to get. There's some great issues, unfortunately, but there's so many good players in New York. We're continuing to try and recruit those. We'd love to get New York kids and be able to build a team around that. We've had a lot more success getting them. We've got 2 Florida kids that are really good, a couple Georgia kids that are really good. It's funny, when I was a head coach before in Florida, and I used to come up to New York and be able to bring New York kids down to Florida because they like the warm weather. Now I'm up here, I'm bringing the Florida kids and the southern kids up to New York because they want to be in the big city and be a part of it all. So, you know, I think recruiting is just about getting the best players, the best student athletes you can get, and getting them to play well together.
Is there a particular team you're looking forward to playing in the conference at all?
You know, every game's going to be tough for us. I really believe this year's conference, even though we were picked #1, I think that you can get beat by anybody. I think the top 5 teams in the conference that were picked are going to be really, really tough. You know, there's always a little bit of rivalry between us and Monmouth because the old coach was here. Robert Morris, we still haven't beaten him yet. So to me, that's a key game. You've got to be able to beat the top teams in the league to be able to get the championship. St. Francis PA, of course, because they beat us in the championship game. There's a lot of rivalry going on between those and trying to get to the top and staying at the top of the conference.
You as a coach, where are you mentally right now, as far as going into your 3rd season?
You know, I always say when you take over a position, you want to be, by 4-year mark, you should be able to turn the program around. I think we're a little bit ahead of schedule of that. In saying that, you know, you're going to have the target on your back. Everybody's going to give you your best game this year. You got to be ready to have those kids mentally set in a different way, and I have to be mentally set. I think a lot of people overlooked us last year, and then you know, we were able to beat a couple people because of that. This year, I don't think anybody's going to overlook us. So the kids have to have a totally different mind frame about themselves this year to be able to win the championship.
Battle of Brooklyn, St. Francis.
Big game for us. You know, I think that the kids absolutely love, like Jimmy said, being able to walk across and be able to play that game. They see those kids every single day in the summertime. They play against them. I was going to church the other day and walked by the two best players from St. Francis, New York, going down the street. So it's kind of one of those things where you see them all the time, so you want to have bragging rights to be able to say you're the best in the area.
All right, Coach. Well, good luck for the season, and I'm sure we will see you around during the Battle of Brooklyn.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, we'll be back with more right after this.
Follow us on Twitter at BK Independent TV.